Welcome back, dear students, to the second part of joint stock company. We discussed in previous class the features and types of or classification of company. In this tutorial, we will be discussing about advantages and disadvantages of a company. So let's get started. Okay, the first one is greater. That's the first one is greater permanency. We say that the life of a joint stock company compared to the partnership is very stable. If the business remains well managed, it can live and indefinitely. It's not affected by the death, insolvency, retirement of shareholders. One of the most useful advantage of joint stock company is that it provides greater permanency. Like it is continuous. The entering or coming or going of the shareholders does not have any impact upon the continuation or duration of the company. So Godon Aziz, we say that. So like the life of company is not affected by death, disability, insolvency, or disagreement of shareholder. So we say that the shareholders may come or go. The life of company, like an artificial person, is it's at least affected by these changes. That is the greater permanency of the joint stock company is for sure. Okay. شاگردان عزیز greater permanency ماندگاری بیشتر داره. البته این کمپانی اگر کسی شیرهولدرز یعنی سهامدار بیایه یا بره غریب شوه بمیره تقاعد شوه سرش کدام تاثیر مستقیم نداره در بیزنس. یعنی اگر در جانستان کمپانی شریک یا ما شما برای سهامدار میگیم سهامدار اگر داخل کمپانی باشه یا از کمپانی خود بکشه سر کمپانی کدام تاثیر نمیگذاره. Limited liability, right? The liability of shareholder is limited to the extent of shareholders' capital. So one of the other common advantages of joint stock companies, in a joint stock company, all the shareholders have limited liability. In case of loss to the company, the liability of the shareholder is limited to the amounts they have invested in the company. اوکی با مسئولیت محدود داره. یعنی این ما گفتیم که limited liability است. اگر در آینده بیزنس یا این تجارت خساره ببینه تاوان بکنه سهامدار مکلف نیستند که سهم یعنی زیاد از سهمی که داره بپردازه. Easy to transfer ownership. You know, it's easy to transfer ownership. In a joint stock company, shareholders can easily transfer their shares to others without any consent with other shareholders and restrictions. So like one of the basic features of joint stock company is that the shareholders can transfer the ownership of the shares to the interested parties through the share broker. The company simply records the change of ownership. Thus, this facility provides liquidity to the investors and stability to the company. So شاگردان عزیز انتقال مالکیت آسان است. مثلا یک شخص اگر بخواه که که کمپانی خود بسیار با البته مالکیت خود با کس دیگه انتقال بدهد بسیار آسان است. ای شیر خود به فروش میرسانه در استاک مارکت میره شیر خود سهم خود سر دیگه کس میفروشه. این رضایت دیگه پارتنرها یا دیگه شیرهولدرها ضرور نیست. right restriction یا محدودیت نداره. Attraction of huge capital. The company can raise its capital by the using of shares to the public who will purchase the shares. There's a large number of shareholders in the company who included even other companies too. Investing money in the company show huge capital of the the attraction جذابیت سرمایه عظیم داره. یعنی زیاد سرمایه با این بیزنس ها میآید. حتی دیگه کمپانی ها دیگه شرکت ها هم از این کمپانی سرمایه گذاری میکنه شیر میخره. وقتی که شیر بخره کپیتال زیاد شده میره در یک کمپانی. بنابراین که شیرش به فروش میرسونه چقدر که زیاد شیر خود ایشو کنه اونم قدر زیاد پیسه برش میاد. یعنی بسیار با آسانی میتونه که کپیتال خود زیاد کنه. Can attract people easily. Management functions. وظائف مديريات. What are there? So وظائف مديريات. We say that the management. So we say that in joint stock company, the management activities is divided according to functions. The company employs specialists in each department to do a specific type of work, of like purchase, sale, manufacturing, finance, etc., under the supervision of directors of the company. The availability of the highly skilled managerial talent thus gives greater permanence in continuity to the company. So شغلنا is وظائف مديريات كاس يعني functions مديريت the management function of company like planning, staffing, organizing, leading and controlling این را همه که است board of director اداره میکنه. یعنی هر shareholder مستقیما دخیل نیست، اونا مکلفیت داره که بحث کنه، یعنی امور منیجمنت خود اداره کنه. یک board of director موجود است، اونا که هستن برای پلنینگ، برای استافینگ که کارمندان استخدام میکنه یا تنظیم میکنن یا رهبریتی را کی بکنه، اداره کی کنه، فعالیت های تجارت را، این کل چیزها مدیریت یا کل چیزها را بورد آف دایرکتور پیش میبرن. Recognized legal entity, like the joint stock company is incorporated under the company's ordinance, and all legal matters therefore it's dealt with as an individual person. All in a case, what you can call that, it's also called the legal entity, right? Because legal entities یک شخصی artificial person است، به خاطر که ای با فرمان های کمپانی ایجاد میشه، با فرمان ایجاد میشه، بنابراین که از این من حیث یک شخص انفرادی شخص معامله میشه که این قسم بزنس، یعنی it's a legal entity، یعنی یک نهادش حقوقی به رسمیت شناخته شده است، یعنی یک موجودیتشی است به رسمیت شناخته میشه، از ما خواندیم که چطور ایجاد میشه، بنابراین این را من حیث یک فرد شمرده میشه. It is considered as a legal entity because it's incorporated under the law or some other parties. Higher profit. So as we said that there is a huge capital in the company. قسمی که ما قبلا خواندیم که higher profit است، large capital است، shares که به فروش برسان است، پیسه زیاد میاد، یعنی نسبت به دیگه که است زیاد، نسبت به سول پروپرایترشپ یا پارتنرشپ این که زیاد نفع میکنه، زیاد فایده پیدا میکنه. Benefits of large scale production. فواید تولید مقیاسی بزرگ داره. The company due to the increase in the size of business produces a large number of products. این کمپانی میتونه که بسیار تولیداتی بزرگ را به مارکت عرضه کنه، به خاطر که پیسه زیاد داره، بنابراین وقتی که کپیتال زیاد وجود داشته باشه، یعنی تشکیلش بسیار عظیم باشه، میتونه که زیاد تولید نسبت به پارتنرشپ و پارتنرشپ به مارکت عرضه کند. Board management, right? This type of organization can undertake big risks which sole proprietorship or partnership form of organization cannot take. اینما دیکیس یک مدیریت دلیر وجود داره، به خاطر که پیسه زیاد است، بنابراین نمیتونه که خطرات کلانتر را در ضمن خود بگیره، به خاطر که پیسه وجود داره نسبت به سول پروپرایترشپ یا پارتنرشپ، اینها که بسیار با آسانی مدیریت کارهای کلان را میکنه، یعنی ریسک تیکر است، بسیار با آسانی به خطر لبیک میگن، به خاطر که پیسه زیاد وجود داره. Spread of risk. In company form of organization, the risk is distributed among a large number of shareholders, due to which the burden of risk is diminished. The spread of گسترش خطر که است سر مردم یا کسایی که سهم دارن تقسیم شده می باشن، بنابراین بوجی یا فشار خطر که می باشه کم میشه. Disadvantages. Let's talk about the disadvantage. این بود فواید، قبلی ما فواید خواندیم. Let's talk about now disadvantages. Formation of a company, it's complicated. ولی تشکیل این شرکت کمی پیچیده است. The formation of joint stock company is much more complicated than sole proprietorship or partnership because to meet all the legal formalities it's difficult, due to which much time is consumed. Like as per similarly, not like we can say Unlike sole proprietorship and partnership, this business does not have easy formation. Its formation is a little bit more complicated than partnership or sole proprietorship, because it has a lot of formalities, and meeting all the formalities at once is a hard thing. It's a pulling teeth. So that's why the much time is consumed. اوکی، شاگردان عزیز، این ایجاد کردن این شرکت یا تشکیلش کمی زیاد پیچیده است، به خاطر که قواعد و اصول بسیار زیاد داره و همه قواعد و اصول ها را در یک دفعه مطلب مچ کردن یا حل کردن یا برابر ساختن کمی سخت است و به زیاد وقت نیاز داره. بنابراین که ایجاد زی یا تشکیلش نسبت به مالکیت یگانه و شراکت کمی پیچیده است. Double taxation، مالیات دو برابر، right? The joint stock company pays two taxes. One is paid on the total amount of profit earned, and the second after the tax is applied. The rest of profit is divided among all shareholders. Each shareholder's profit is assessed by the tax separately. Okay. این بزنس ها که است، البته کمپانی که است، دبل تکسیشن میشه. یک تکسیشن از این یک مالیات دو برابر مالیات میده. یک مالیاتی که کمپانی مثلا نفع کرده در کل سر از او یک مالیات، دیگه مالیات انفرادی، کسایی که شیرهولدرز هستن، کسایی که سهم داره سر از اونها هم، یعنی دو قسم مالیات است. یک مالیات سر کل کمپانی، دیگه مالیات انفرادی سر سهامدار میآید. این دیسادوانتیجز است. Exploitation of shareholders. So استفاده از سهامداران. The shareholders have no right to participate in the management decision making. قسمی که ما قبلی خواندیم که همه decision را management authority را یا کنترلش board of directors میکنه. بنابراین هر سهامدار یا هر سهامدار این حق را نداره که نظر خود بگوید یا the management دخیل باشه. So یک نوع disadvantages یا ضرریاتش هست. Promotion of frauds. In the promoters dishonest and want to exploit the scattered shareholders, they give a very rosy picture of high profits in the prospectus, which misleads the shareholders who are later and exploited. تبلیغی تقلب هم شده میتونه. مثلا بورد رایترز یک جای میشه 7 نفر هستن، یک جای میشه میگن که ما زیاد نفع کردیم، بنابراین با استاک کمپانی با جوینت استاک میگه the joint stock company مشکل است که چند تا دایرکتورها یک جای میشه از خود یک سند میسازه و در مارکت اکسچنج یا ما میگیم که استاک مارکت که از به مردم میگه که ما زیاد نفع کردیم از خود. سو اینها که از مجبور میشه که شیر خود شیرهای در این کمپانی چی کنه بگیره. یعنی مصادم این که تقلب را بسیار با آسانی پیش برده میتونه. بورد اف دایرکتور یک جای میشه اسنادهای از خود جعلی یا تقلبی جور میکنه و مارکت عرضه میکنه و مردم با استاک مارکت عرضه میکنه میگه که ما زیاد نفع کردیم، ما تو کردیم. سو اینا مردم را یک نوع فریب میدهد تا مردم مجبور شود و مردم تشویق شود که در ریز سهم بخره. این هم یک نوع disadvantages است. Lack of secrecy. In a company, the management has to make an annual report regarding sales, net profits, asset, liabilities, etc. of the company, which creates lack of confidence in company's own shareholders too, and the competitors get all like, you know, when a person knows the formula, they will definitely do things better than you. It's a common saying. In a company, the management affairs are annually reported to the market, or maybe we can say to the stock market, regarding the sales, how much they sell, the net profits, how much they earn, the assets, how much asset they have right now, liabilities, how much liabilities, etc. All these things can be disclosed to the stock market quite easily, because if they don't do it, people will not be motivated to buy shares there. So therefore, the secrecy of this type of business is not very good. I mean, it's not very high. So it lacks of secrecy because everybody will know about everybody would get full knowledge of of its strengths and weaknesses. Number 6, favoritism and nepotism. In a company from a business, the management tries to get their own friends or relatives on higher positions. Whether they have experience, knowledge, or skills or not, it doesn't depend. در این نوع بزنس ها کیس فیوریتیزم بسیار به اوج میرسه میباشه. فیوریتیزم یعنی طرفداری میکنن یا کامپارسی زیاد میباشه، به خاطر که هر یک شخص این کوشش میکنه، این سعی میکنه که قوم خود یا دیگه کسایی که دوستایش هستن به یک جای با مقام بلند ببرن. این فرق نمیکنه که او مهارت ها یا علمش داره یا نه، استعداد این کار را داره، یعنی مستحقش هست یا نیست. مقصد اونها را پیش میبرن به خاطر که قومش هست. Now, this was all about the disadvantages. Now let's talk about differences between joint stock company and partnership. Differences. حالا در بین joint stock company و partnership چی فرق هست بیاین اینو مطالعه کنیم. Minimum number of business. Like the minimum number of members is 2 in partnership firm, right? Whereas in joint stock companies, minimum number is 2 in a private company and 7 in a public company. اولین فرق این است که در تعداد ممبرز شریکان در پارتنرشip که حداقل 2 نفر باید باشه، زیاد از زیاد که از 20 نفر، در بانکینگ 10 نفر می باشه. اما در جوینت استاک کمپانی که در پرایوت کمپانی 2 نفر می باشه و در پابلیک کمپانی که کم از کم 7 باشه. زیادش ریستریکت نیست، زیادش شاید زیاد باشه، یعنی بخاطر زیاد ریستریکشن نداره. The second we have is maximum number of members. In partnership firm, maximum number of business is 20 in general business and 10 in banking firms. In a joint stock company, maximum number of business is 50 in a private company, and there is no maximum limit in a public company. So the partnership که از زیاد مردم، یعنی آخر حدش که باشه 20 نفر در اون قسم بزنس ها، و در بانکینگ که از 10 نفر، از 10 که زیاد باشه باز پیش برفتن نمیتونه، این اصولش هسته. و در جوینت استاک کمپانی که از کم 50 in private company، در private company از 2 تا گرفته تا 50 باید باشه، و در پابلیک که است لیمیتیشن معلوم نیست. البته در private limited company که ما شما خواندیم اونجا که است maximum 50 باید باشه. در public company که ما شما خواندیم the classification of companies در اونجا باید how many people should be there? There should be the start should be, the minimum should be 7 and the maximum is limitless. I mean it's not restricted. Come to registration. Registration of a partnership firm is not compulsory. Registration of a joint stock company is compulsory. As we studied before, the joint stock company it needs a lot of formalities. It's a long process. That's why it consumes much time. So therefore, it takes a lot of time. So registration, and similar to that, registration of this type of company, registration of joint stock company is compulsory. It's mandatory. While the registration of partnership business, it's not. It's not compulsory. You can just register it, or you can unregister it. No problem. It can be registered, it can be unregistered. But the registration of joint stock company is must. You should do that. You should register it. Number 4, seek separate legal existence. Like a partnership firm has no separate legal existence. Partnership firm and partners are the same. Joint stock company has separate legal existence. It's an artificial person created by law. Before we studied that partnership can be firm, it's an association of 2-3 people. They come together and then they open a business, right? There is no what you can say that legal existence in it. Legally, the partners are not liable in partnership business, while in joint stock company it's legal. Its legal existence is very it's a compulsory, as we said before. It's an artificial person. It's created by law. It's a different person. Like it's an artificial person. It's a different person. So it's created by law. Therefore, the legal existence of this company is very much needed. Number 5 is legislation. Partnership firm is regulated under the Partnership Act 1932. Joint stock company is regulated under the Companies Act 1956. So as I told you before when I was explaining the partnership, that the first type of form of business was sole proprietorship, when the people felt the need of promotion and felt people faced to the managerial problems, they faced to the capital problem. Then they opened that second type of business, they named the partnership. Again, when the business started expanding, people still faced problems, they felt the necessity, then open a company business. Therefore, the Partnership Act in 1932, all the rules and the regulations are set there. It's there, right, in 1932 years, while the joint stock company is regulated under the Company Act 1956. So 1956, the rules are act of the company, that how company should be run, all the affairs, all the related things are there in that act. Number 6, capital, right? Huge capital for partnership firm cannot be secured. There is a possibility of securing huge capital in case of joint stock company. In partnership, the number of partners is few as per the partnership, as per the joint stock company, because in joint stock company there are many shareholders, so they can generate money and they can raise fund pretty easily. They just issue the shares, and instead of that they earn the money. So in capital can be easily raised in joint stock company, and it's a security, it's secure, it's much secured in joint stock company. While in partnership, there are very few people, they are limited. So if they run out of their money, so of course the partnership business will go towards winding up, right? Liability. In a partnership firm, liability of each partner is unlimited, joined in several, right? So liability in partnership business is mostly it's unlimited. Like if a business fails, or if a business bears losses or suffers losses, so the partners are liable to render them to sell their own private property in order to fulfill the need of the company. Well, of the business. While in joint stock company, the liability of each shareholder is limited. Like, for suppose you have bought shares against $2,000, and if the company bears losses, so your $2,000 will be lost. Other than that, you are not responsible to pay more than the mentioned money or amount. Transfer of shares. It can be easily transferred. What? Like in partnership, without the consent of other partners, the partnership firm cannot be, or the business cannot be transferred. While in public, limited companies, shares can be transferred freely. The consent of other partners is not compulsory. While in partnership, there is. Management. In firm is managed by the partners themselves. In general, in joint stock company, management will be in the hands of elected directors. In partnership, the management affairs are controlled by the partners, all the partners, like 20 partners, all the partners will directly participate in the management affairs. While in joint stock company, the management will be in the hands of elected directors, which are 7, right? They make the management decisions. Audit of accounts. Audit of accounts of partnership firm is not necessary. Like in partnership, the audit is not necessary. But in joint stock company, it's compulsory. Flexibility. The objects of the partnership firm can be changed easily. It's not easy in case of joint stock company. Well, we said that joint stock company has larger organizational structure as per the comparison of partnership. In partnership, the objects can be easily changed, while in joint stock company, it's not possible. Perpetual succession. A partnership firm has no continuous existence. Joint stock company has continuous existence. Like if partner dies or disagrees, wants to withdraw his money, it's easily, there the partnership goes down, the partnership ends. While in joint stock company, its existence is continuous. It goes on and on. So thank you for listening. I hope you have found these lectures helpful, dear students, and I hope you enjoyed. Now, if you have any questions, any suggestions, you are most welcome to ask. Stay safe, stay blessed.